Farzy.
What's wrong with doing with Farzy?
He's not D-Gun.
Like, you ain't never lied about that. All right. Eagles, of course, do or die situation here. Excuse me. Still a little under the weather. Eagles do or die situation. 7-7. Cowboys 7-7. Winner take all. Dallas win. Eagles just play out the season against the Giants next week. Go home. Eagles win. They control the division, but they still have to win.
One more against the Giants.
So it's going to be interesting. Now, the simulation game has been up and down all season long. We're going to see what it plays itself out now. Of course, the Eagles here in the simulation getting the opening kickoff. Why didn't he just take the touchback? Why did – okay. Okay. Well, you got to the 25-26. All right.
Yep.
Good call. Good call. All right, here we go. Let's see what they do against this Dallas defense. How do you feel about this game Sunday?
I'm not feeling good if Lane doesn't play because I figure a 75% Lane is better than 100% Big V. Yeah.
Wow, Big V. I didn't say that, bro. That was him. I didn't say that.
So?
I thought it, but I didn't say it.
Okay, I'll say it. I mean,
well, you're much bigger than I am. I can't say those.
Well, I'm just saying we got a Pro Bowler.
Yep.
Well, not this year, in which he got screwed.
He should have been a Pro Bowler.
He should have been a Pro Bowler this year.
Lane.
And he will be an alternate.
I got you.
He will be an alternate. He will end up being at the Pro Bowl, but he should have been counted on. I mean, it just so happened the time where they did the voting.
Right.
He was hurt during that time.
That's not the point. He's still one of the best right tackles in the game today.
Absolutely, no question about that.
All right, Eagles right now looking at a 3rd and 11. That's a bad man right there, DeMarcus Lawrence.
That's why I want I don't want Big V out there. I want Lane Johnson out there.
You might see DeMarcus Lawrence doing this a little bit on Sunday.
Right.
Which means he's feeding. All right, here we go. Carson, roll out of the pocket. Don't stay in the pocket, Carson.
Now let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
Don't do it, Carson. Don't do it. Don't do it, Carson. I told you not to stay in the pocket. I want this man listen to me.
And I think that's one of the big problems that we had earlier on in the year. I think now he's starting to be a little more elusive and get out of the pocket and
what
use
did I say
athleticism.
earlier?
Absolutely.
Yes.
And they're also calling plays which allow him to get outside
Yes.
also. I mean, they have plenty of plays where they can use boot protection. They can use waggle protection. Waggle protection is like they pull the backside guard. He comes out and he's almost like a guy that, just sitting there in front of him. He's a blocker right in front of him as he throws the ball downfield when he breaks the pocket. He's like an escort out there waiting for somebody to come. They can run those type of protection. Just get him out the box, let him use his athletic talent so he can push the ball down the field.
How do you feel about this Eagles defense going into this season?
Well, to be honest, I'm not sure what's going on with the defense, especially since we allow Camu Grugier-Hill to be put on IR.
Yeah.
I don't know
what do you mean allow him to be put on IR? What do you mean by that?
I don't know necessarily if because that's the type of injury that you can probably pay through the pain. He's done it for the season.
Okay.
He only plays 5 snaps last week.
Yep.
Why is that?
Yep.
I guess is it a punishment for him not saying that he had a concussion earlier? He tried to play through the concussion. To be honest, earlier in my career, you'd be like, all right, you're a big time player, man. You push through it. You're a warrior.
Sure.
They don't think so now.
Oh, Zach by Fletcher Cox.
There we go.
That's what we need, Fletch. We need Fletch all up in Dak's face on Sunday.
Especially with his arm.
It's funny you should say that because when I put it out there that the Eagles had on Facebook that the Eagles had put Grugier-Hill on IR, our good friend and former teammate of yours, Jamal Jackson, responded immediately that he thinks it's punishment for Camus not telling the organization he was going through concussion symptoms. So my immediate response was this. You're telling me that this team would cut off his nose despite his face at a position they're already depleted at just to prove a point. His response back to me was, ask John Runyon, what he had to take when he broke his tailbone. Remember when he broke his tailbone?
Yep.
Jamal, just like you just said that that's an injury you can play. Whatever the back issue is he's having, it's an injury you can play with.
You can play with it. And I've done it before. He's been doing it for the entire season. I mean, to me, I just think, and we need him at this point because the type of defense we're going to have to play against this Dallas team is a defense in which we have to have 3 linebackers on the field. Now, what are you going to put Duke Riley out there?
Oh,
T.J. Edwards. You know what I mean?
Nate,
Nate Jerry.
Nigel still playing with a bad ankle.
And
you need to be 120%
That's what I'm saying.
on a guy like Zeke Elliott.
And then you're going to have to play that 3 linebacker base defense. They can't go in there with big nickel with a safety in the box with 2 linebackers. I mean, they'll run all over them on that.
Right. Hey, speaking of Zeke, here's a question from Rachel K. Can the Eagles D stop Zeke?
He's asking you. You tell me.
Huh?
You tell me.
Go ahead and answer. I want to hear you answer first. I'll answer.
Go ahead answer.
Heck no. The only way they stop Zeke is if Zeke stops himself. I'm sorry, Eagles fans. I'm just going to be flat up honest with you. You look at the 5 games that Ezekiel Elliott has played against this team, and that includes that meaningless 6-0 game Dallas won in 2017. If you put that in there, Ezekiel Elliott in 5 games against the Eagles has not lost against the Eagles, number 1. Number 2, he's averaged just under 30 touches a game against the Eagles. Number 3, he's averaged almost 164 total yards against the Eagles. When Zeke Elliott is on a roll in that offense, it allows Dak to do so much more in that play action because you have to play truthful to play up against Zeke. If not, he'll run over you or he'll run right by you.
No question.
I don't think this Eagles defense, after watching them the last 3 weeks, can stop Ezekiel Elliott.
Well, I mean, to put things in perspective, this was, our strength against their strength. Our defense can stop the run. A couple weeks ago, we were ranked the number 3 defense against the run. Now, they've been on the field too much the last 3 or 4 games, which has allowed teams to beat up on them a little bit.
Yep.
So because of that, they've allowed more and more yards against them. I think they're averaging now like 4.6 yards as opposed to 3.1 3 or 4 weeks earlier against the run. So in saying that, you got a guy like Zeke who's always falling forward. He's one of the better players in making sure that he even when stopped at the line of scrimmage, he still presses forward and falls forward for like 1 to 2 yards. That type of player, we're going to struggle against if we allow him to get hot. So we can't allow him to get hot. If we can,
how you stop him? How you going to stop him?
Play gap control defense.
What?
Gap control defense.
They tried that in the last few years. It didn't work. How you going to stop this man?
You're right.
other than putting a hole in the field or putting a landmine under him, how you going to stop this dude, man?
It's going to be tough, man. We can't do that.
I'm
Interception
sorry.
right now.
After watching Eagles play the Dolphins, the Giants, and the Redskins, you gave up 37 points to Miami. You played a terrible half against the Giants.
Yep.
And then you played well in the second half. So I'm thinking the second half that you played against the Giants will carry over into the game against the Redskins, a team playing a rookie quarterback, a team that didn't have Darius Guice, that's limited on offensive weapons, and against a rookie quarterback who has struggled in Dwayne Haskins in the 7 games he had played prior to playing this Eagles team, right? But oh no, they let Dwayne Haskins get out on the field look like he was a Pro Bowl quarterback. They got no pressure on him.
He didn't get touched till the last play of the game.
No, they had 1 sack on him. He had no turnovers. The man had 3 touchdown passes and 7 interceptions in the 7 previous games. He went out there and put up a 121 passer rating on this Eagles defense. And remember, Redskins' offensive line is iffy. No Darius Guice. All you had was Terry McLaurin. Oh, by the way, Terry McLaurin punked him again. Okay? And the week before that, it was this rookie named Darius Slayton punked him. And the week before that, it was a guy named Devontae Parker who punked him. What's the common denominator here? All 3 receivers had over 130 yards receiving against this defense.
Oh, and by the way,
what?
AP, Adrian Peterson, 100 yards last week.
Adrian Peterson, 122 years old, and ran all over this Eagles defense. I'm just saying. I don't know what kind of Geritol that man's taking. I need something because I'm starting to feel it, bro.
It's a fountain of youth.
I'm like 35 now. I'm starting to feel old.
Right.
Well, he didn't say anything. I set him up perfectly. He didn't say anything.
No, man, I'm not going to do that, man. I'm glad you're back.
You are?
I'm glad you're back.
I'm emotional right now.
You see that, man? Larry says, preach, Gunner.
That's what he said?
Larry says, preach, Gunner.
Power to the people, Larry. All right, we got about, and we already skipped to the third quarter. Eagles up 7-3. What? 4:40 to go in the third quarter.
Now, we have to stop the run. They got big personnel in there, 13 personnel.
Does that look like they're stopping it? Look at this. That's what's going to happen Sunday. No, I'm not a Cowboy fan. You people out there, don't be at me. Don't be chastising my name because I'm a realist. Okay? There are optimists, there are pessimists, and there are realists. And I'm a realist.
That's pretty good. Where'd you get that from?
You like that?
Where'd you get that from?
Well, I had 6 days off with this laryngitis.
Right.
I've been doing a lot of studying.
Yeah, he's been off just chilling, kicking it.
It's his fault I had laryngitis to begin with.
How is that?
Because I yell at you so much.
That's
my
what I'm
voice
saying.
finally wore out.
We understand that. So that means that you need to stop, bro.
Stop yelling at you?
Yeah, man.
Then stop giving me reasons to yell.
Bro, I don't do anything but set you up perfectly.
No, you're not, man. You're
I
like
set you
Eddie
up
Haskell
perfectly,
from
man.
the old Leave It to Beaver show.
What are you talking about,
You
man?
just sit there, you know what? How are you today, Mrs. Cleaver? Yeah, but Mrs. Cleaver know exactly who you are. She know what you are. You can't bamboozle her. You can't hoodwink her.
Man.
You got my family food.
I don't
you
have any family
You have
food.
co-workers food. They don't know the Bear Brooks. Now, hold on. Let me preface this by saying, this right here is one of the nicest human beings you will ever meet.
Exactly.
He is one of the easiest people that you will ever be able to approach and talk to. But there's a side of him. Let me tell you something. There's a side of him. And I think he only uses this against me. He has turned my family against me. He has turned co-workers against me. I don't care about co-workers. I didn't care about that.
I tell your family the truth, man.
You ain't never told my family the truth
I
since
always
you've
do,
known
man.
me.
I always do.
That's why you're not allowed in my house anymore.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, who was that?
BG.
Who was that? Brandon Graham?
Yes, sir.
Wrong again, D-Gun.
And they're going to have to generate pressure, man. They haven't been able to rush the passer lately. I don't know how they're going to do it, especially against this offensive. This is a pretty good offensive line that we're playing against. Lyle Collins
Yes.
on one side, you know.
Tyron Smith.
On the other
Travis
side.
Frederick. Seriously?
Zach Martin.
Hold up. How many times did they sack Dwayne Haskins?
One time.
Right? And they got a picket fence offensive line down in Washington, right? How they going to get to this man? Now, we keep hearing the stories about Dak is not taking any snaps this week because of his shoulder injury and all this stuff. I'm not buying that.
No.
Now, he might
Remember
be
last time they did week 7, they had like 7 people that didn't practice all week.
Yes.
Come game time,
They're all
Tyron
active.
Smith played.
All active.
Everybody was active. With the exception of the corner 24, what is his name? I forget his name. He's the only one that didn't play.
Well, they're all going to play less than
Amari
100%.
Cooper played. Kyle played.
Yeah.
They all played, man.
Tyron Smith. All, yeah. Now, you think Zach ain't playing in this game Sunday?
Oh, without a doubt.
Now, even if his shoulder's hurt and he can't throw the deep ball, again, let me go back to a point I made earlier. If Zeke is fluid in this offense, what that does for that play action for the Cowboys, when you got Amari Cooper on this side, that kid I love, Michael Gallup on this side,
Yep.
right? You got Randall Cobb in the slot. You got an old man, Jason Witten, who's about, he's about 97. He's playing tight end. You see the catch he made against the Rams, a one-handed touchdown catch last week?
Yes, sir.
Now, Jason Witten can't outrun me, but this dude always getting over something. How's he getting open all this time?
I mean, that's that veteran presence, understanding where he needs to be at to help his quarterback, and that's the biggest thing.
Man.
He can help his quarterback.
All right, we have 39 seconds left in the third quarter. Carson Wentz. Man, that looked too much like Carson during games.
He's been overthrowing guys a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Just a tad high.
Now, last couple of games, he rallied late. He got a lot of monkeys off his back, which I'm happy for Carson. But again, that's against the Giants and the Redskins. Now you're about to step up a whole different level in competition because Dallas's front 7 speed on defense is no joke. Ain't no joke.
I don't understand why this Dallas team is only 7-7.
I don't either. I don't
Considering
get
the fact everybody's healthy. Besides Van Der Esch,
Yes.
they have everybody there. I mean, they are loaded. They are
Yes.
stacked. And I understand why you got to get rid
Yes.
of your head coach. Because when you have that type of talent
Yes.
that's available to you,
And coaching staff, yes.
come on, man. You have to be at the very least, 11-win, 12-win team. I mean, all the receivers, that
question.
offensive line,
No
and
question.
Zeke Elliott.
And that defense,
Come on,
no question.
man.
The talent
Come
they
on.
have on the front 7 on defense. And Van Der Esch is not even playing. Oh, nice. Sack. There you go.
Fletch got 2.
Fletch back in there. Fletcher has almost as many sacks in this game here as he does in the season.
He only has 3.5.
That's
So that's what I'm saying. Why didn't BG make it to the Pro Bowl? He has 7.5.
Well, there's a lot of guys ahead of him who have more. BG's my guy, but
But Fletch
Doesn't
had
have 3.5.
3.5 sacks. That's just respect.
Man.
Showing they watch the film, see what he does. Man, he's getting double and triple teamed
Yeah.
all day.
Hold on. See, now let's talk about that for a moment. And I understand they're different players. Aaron Donald gets double and triple team. Does Aaron Donald get in the backfield? Is he a disruptive force?
He prepares himself differently than Fletch.
Oh, how so? Now I want to hear this one.
Now,
This is good stuff.
well,
how's that possible?
Put it like this. Aaron Donald prepares himself like he's going to play every single snap. So he plays just about every single snap. He doesn't come out. You rarely see Aaron Donald out the game.
Okay.
On any down. First, second, third, fourth, he's always on the field. I think our defensive line aren't accustomed to playing every single down. Besides BG. BG will play every single snap. But that's where he conditions himself to play every single snap. So it's a difference, man. It's a difference.
I like that. And you didn't get yourself in trouble with Fletcher. I like that. Look, is that Jason Witten?
Yep. Father time.
How old is Jay Smith? 37, 38?
I was trying to think, did he play when I was playing? No, he didn't play when I was
Wow.
playing. Yeah, he was playing when I was playing.
In the 1970s? Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. I meant to say 90s. I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm sorry. It's the medication.
I retired in 06. 07 season.
1906?
No.
They didn't play with helmets back then.
Right. All right.
All right, here we go.
Dave says what? I need the birds to come out fired up.
As Brooks and D Gunn are right now. I hope so, because if not, it's going to be a long
Absolutely
afternoon.
not.
Wow. You think it's possible?
No.
Wow. Wait. You, the consummate homer,
Yes. I mean, if they were going to come
don't
out
feel
fired
good about this Eagles game?
they should have came out fired up the last two games when it was a must win.
Well, they got the win, though.
But still, they came back. They needed a must win.
Yeah.
They needed a must win.
I'm just worried. I'm really nervous about this defense, dude. I don't get this defense. They're the healthiest now, outside of Grugier Hill not being there. They're the healthiest now than they've been all season long.
Yep.
I don't know what to make of this. Spencer M wants to know, is this going to be what the score looks like in the fourth quarter on Sunday?
I hope so. If it is, we got a legitimate shot because then Carson can work
absolutely.
his magic.
Absolutely. But I got a bad feeling Dallas will score at least 26 points in this game.
So that means we got to score 27.
Can they score 27 on that defense? You struggle to score 23 on the Giants defense,
You
man.
keep stumping me, man. You keep stumping me all day, man.
I'm
I don't want to
trying to
be
be
negative.
honest.
I don't want to be negative.
That's
bro.
not being negative. That's being honest.
Right.
People always say, oh, the Eagles are going to win. You don't know that. They could win. I hope they win. You know what? The bottom line is this is 7-17, and they're still relevant week 16 of the season.
No question.
That's a big plus.
And plus, the fact that this is a division game. Division games, you can throw the records out. You just throw them out because I've been on teams where
Right.
we were, only won 3 games.
True.
But against the division opponent, stepped up
True.
and won a game we weren't supposed to
True.
win. And that's exactly what we have to look at this game.
Hey, even Cincinnati won a game this year.
Yeah, right.
It could happen. And people like, oh, Derek, you're so negative. You're just so negative. No, I'm not. I'm being honest. Look at,
He walked
they
in.
didn't even talk. They didn't even touch that man.
Walked in. Maybe it was a strategy, though.
This some bad mojo right here. I don't
No,
need
it's
to see
still. I mean, Carson. There's plenty of time for Carson to go make it happen.
this. Yeah.
Plenty of time. He's shown that ability the last couple games to
Yes,
make
he
things
did.
like this happen.
Yes, he did. I believe in Carson. Don't miss the extra point,
All
and
right.
it's good.
You know what's
All
gonna
right,
happen? They're
here
gonna
we
drive
go.
it down. They're gonna tie, and we got another.
Have we had an overtime simulation this season? We had one.
Did we?
Our crack producer, Crank, says we've had one overtime. What's up with that? People at home are going like, who the hell is Crank?
Crank, our esteemed producer, Crank. We love Crank. You know why? Because Crank, all he does is crank out.
All right, man.
Crank stuff out.
You know what? You getting a little too far gone with this Crank stuff, man. I'm just saying. His name is Alex, people, just so you know. Because when we get off this simulation, they'll say, you guys
Who's
never.
Alex?
Huh?
Who's Alex?
Well, it's Crank.
Oh, that's Crank. Oh,
We'll get off the
my
simulation.
fault, Alex.
And people will
I
say,
mean, Crank.
Alex will say, you guys never give me credit for anything. I do all the work. You two just sit up here and clown around, and I don't get any credit for anything.
He never said that to me.
Because he's afraid of you like everybody else in the newsroom.
No, he appreciates how I treat him.
You
man. I
threatened to
treat him
beat up
good.
everybody in the doggone operation.
We just had a meeting over this, man. We just had an HR meeting over this. They said that I cannot and I will not intimidate or provoke fear
That's right.
in our newsroom.
That's
And
right.
I don't do that.
Ever
I
since
don't do that.
We got him on new meds. That's why he's calmed down a lot.
Big Bird.
Big teddy bear. Let's do a big teddy bear right here. Oh, we got time for another question? Does Carson have another game-winning drive in him?
I hope so.
Yeah, he does.
He needs to go out there and make it happen.
Does. I honestly believe he does, but
If you keep throwing stuff like those,
oh, look at that dart.
that's a great.
Greg Ward.
He making it happen with these. Let's go, baby.
G. Ward.
He came from nowhere, didn't he? From out of
You know what, though?
nowhere.
I hate to say this, but I'm glad guys like Alshon and Aguilar are away from this team because you got a bunch of kids now. Boston Scott, Miles Sanders, Greg Ward,
Perkins.
Perkins. You know what? They're hungry.
Yep.
They just want to ball. They want to play.
They want to make
because
something
the
happen.
more they play, the more they will increase their longevity in the league, the more it enhances the probability of them making more money down the road somewhere. If not with this team, then they'll be a viable entity for somebody else in the National Football League. And Carson, for whatever reason, seems more comfortable with these young kids around him. So you know what? Let them play. Because you know what? They're too young to know that this is a huge game Sunday.
Right. They might just be too stupid to say, hey.
No, don't
we
say
need to go
stupid, man.
Why not?
You can't use the word stupid.
Why not?
Didn't we just Carson. Oh, he got a facial. Didn't we just learn it in this sensitivity meeting yesterday?
Yeah, you did.
That you can't say words like stupid?
You
See what I'm saying?
I know. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry.
Wow.
This should have been a penalty.
Should have been what?
A penalty. Oh, I guess he missed him.
They don't call penalties a simulation. There's no roughing the passer.
So we got 50 seconds, Carson. Let's
Here we
go.
go. Oh, batted down.
You see where he's going. Zach Ertz.
All right, 48 seconds. We have a 2nd and 10. All right, right now, Eagles win or lose the simulation game.
They're going to win, baby.
They're going to win it?
They're going to win.
Okay.
They win this simulation,
Marcus
they win
Lawrence
the
thinking,
game.
I need one more sack to get me like a $100,000 bonus.
Okay, Greg Ward in the corner. Let's go, baby.
You know how other teams' corners always pressing our wide receivers?
Right, you see our...
We never press other teams' receivers hard.
We got pick
Carson.
and fence.
Carson. Oh, no, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Through the pick.
Wow, that's the ball game. That's the game. And the stadium at Lincoln Financial Field just emptied out. Give it to Zeke, let him bounce off players and run. There you go. Can you believe that?
No.
Man, if that game ended like that, can you imagine if the game ended like that on a pick, on the Eagles' possible game-winning drive? Could you imagine this?
They might burn the whole stadium down. It'd be a ruckus over there at Lincoln.
This might be worse than if the Eagles lost this game while they're driving for a potential game-tying or game-winning score and Carson throws a pick. This could be worse than when the Eagles lost playoff games to Carolina and to Tampa Bay. It could be worse, which means I'm going to get the heck out of that stadium real quick. I'm going to have Uber waiting at the front door for me when I get out of there, just to take me across the street to my car. That's it.
I mean, this could be a game-defining, a career-defining game.
Yes.
For Carson.
Absolutely.
We can't have that.
All right, last time out. Can you believe this? Wow.
On the last second pick, going in the red zone.
Shame.
One arm, Dak.
You know what we got to figure out next week?
What's up?
Is what is the simulations record for the season? We got to figure it out. Our esteemed producer, Crank, a.k.a. Alex, will come up with those stats for us next week. If not, he's fired. Just that simple. He better come up with the numbers or else. He out. We need people who can give us stats and statistics. I'm tired of talking to him. So we need numbers to incorporate in this thing. You got that, Crank? He said we good. All right. Sounds good. 24 seconds, clock running out. Cowboys looking at a 3rd and 13. One more kneel down, and we can pack this thing up and look ahead to next week's meaningless game against the New York Giants.
Meaningless. Does that mean we got to work?
Yeah, what you do is not work, dude. I keep telling you this. You don't work for a living.
You're right. I get to talk.
Talk for a living, man. This ain't work. It's fun.
All right.
And that'll do it. Cowboys, according to the simulation game, wins the game 10-7. Hey, man, it's good being back with you, even though I only have about 90% of my voice back. But, by the way, these simulation games are brought to you by Nissan. Choose Nissan today for great offers on our most exciting lineup ever. Shop ChooseNissan.com.
Good job, bro.
What I do?
Great job coming back.
All right, for my man Barrett Brooks, I'm Derek Gunn. See you next week, week 17. We out.